And it goes a little something like.
Hey YouTube, this is Kaosx. Welcome to a brand new video, and in this video I'm going to be going over the Joe effect, and I think this could be I think anyone who knows Joe and has been keeping an eye on EUL sort of understands what I mean when I talk about this. But I think this is super highlighted in the G2 game on Clubhouse. G2 actually come back to win this game, which makes me very excited. But I think there's so much we can learn from how much pressure G2 is on in the first 25, 30, sometimes a minute into a round, and how they have to put their flex operator, which is probably going to be Uno in this case, on a lot of like Joe babysitting duty, and that's kind of traded back and forth. So we're just going to start off and get this video quick, and just I want to show you this effectively. Before we head into the video, guys, I hope you guys I'm going to be doing some VOD reviews, and if you guys are interested in submitting your VODs of your ranked games or like super old scrims, if you think there's something you could learn from that, I'd love to be able to sit down, watch your VODs with you, and like take you to a next level. There'll be a link in description for that, and let's get into the video. So like anyone who is from NA who's watching EUL will probably call EUL games very aggressive. I don't think like I can deny that as well. But like just right off the bat, we're watching Joe and Blur create pressure in front door. Blur's gonna shoot a couple shots at Uno, and Uno's gonna have to go prone, and then Joe's gonna get a quick pick at Uno. This pick is huge though, because G2's execute sort of requires Pengu to eventually go open the garage, and Uno would be the person watching front doors slash pull run out here, but he's not gonna be able to do this anymore. So I'm just gonna fast forward to just watching Pengu and how he is currently droning into garage and just checking lounge really quick. He checks that really quick. He doesn't check his stage though, which puts him at a disadvantage, and Joe's gonna run out front door and kill Pengu. So I want to highlight those two rounds as like the typical Joe effect round, but like I think it sort of just begins to like get worse as the other rounds progress. Joe's aggression does not relent. But I appreciate one thing from the Joe effect here, which is he's never peeking the same shit, right? And it's pro league, and that's completely understandable. Something that I think is really cool is Joe will pressure you if you're spawning for front door, but he will pressure you in like 4 or 5 different ways, or wherever you're spawning. And that pressure is like sometimes, if you're on the other side of that, can be kind of overwhelming to sort of brainstorm and think, how many ways could he be? Where could he be peaking right now? And I think the second round is really going to show G2 trying to like, or Uno trying to problem solve here, and like honestly respecting Uno's decision to force and dedicate to an angle. So Joe's gonna stand and face outside the garage for almost 25 to 30 seconds. It's just what it feels like. And Uno is just gonna stay on the rafters outside the warehouse and watch that. Uno is not going to look anywhere else, even if the soft wall of cash gets opened. And that is super important. How much time is being lost here? How much time are the attackers having to worry for, 15, 20, 30 seconds about like a possible run out? And as soon as he hops on drone, I feel like Joe hears this, but he gets killed instantly, which I think is huge on Uno's part. But I'm just like mind blown at the fact that they can do that. I'm mind blown at the fact that Navi can let G2 like have to be in this position for a certain amount of time. There's other people playing this like puzzle. It's not just Joe being the solo player here. Like we saw Blur in Joe, now we see saves in Joe. So it's not necessarily like a solo play. Like there's a lot of team effort into like, you know, um making the attackers focus on the one angle and then Joe pushing the other angle. So for example, in the last round, we saw Blur shoot towards front door from lounge, Z stairs, people call that close to secret, and then Joe just peeks the front door from stage. And like you see a similar tactic here with saves only at the cash wall, but Uno is not falling for that mistake twice. And that is, I think, something we shouldn't take for granted. So we're gonna check out a couple other rounds that this happens. This becomes really hard for G2 to win some of these attacks, but that's fine. Um, in this other round, they are going to just gonna see what Joe's pathing is like in Clubhouse in the first couple seconds of the round. How much droning does the attackers like have to do? Like how much map control do they have to do? Because I feel like it's an IGL countering the Joe effect here. You want your attackers to be setting up in trade position, so if Joe kills one, he does not kill two, or he gets killed, so you don't have to worry about him anymore. So, alright, starting out the round, prep phase. Uno has a drone in his lounge. He's watching Joe as he tries to push up, and Joe is just going to, that's the way it appears, he's just going to maneuver all the way to play aggressive on the main stairs. So Joe taking this fight with the Ronin to me is like impressive because I feel like the attackers with an ACOG are at an advantage having to peek through the grates. He doesn't completely commit to this fight though. He backs up. He still gets an early pick if I'm correct here. We're gonna have to eventually see. But Joe actually backs down out of that really quick. But like G2's solution here for when they go downstairs, look how many people are aggressively taking that main stairs position. Uno's on top of the main stairs, but at that same time, Ash is in pool table as well. And that's a crossfire angle being set up to counter that Joe aggression. And now Uno can like hold the main stairs, rotate, and just like be a pest. And like there's enough time now for the attacker. So the big mistake we saw on that last round, it wasn't necessarily a mistake, but it was the Joe effect on the attackers, was it cost them so much time just to attack. But that's not what we're seeing right now. So we're just going to move on to the fourth round here in this game, and we're going to pay attention again to Joe's pathing. He's around front door area again, and they're going cash again. And the last time he got a pick front door, and if you're not watching this VOD, like I just want to ask you really quick, like just try to figure it out. Where do you think Joe is going to peek, and who is he going to kill? Is he going to play aggressive front door again, aggressive pool table, aggressive strip run out? Joe still keeps the front door pressure on, but in different ways, which is something I really respect. I think it's really fascinating just watching him still be a pest, but in a variety of ways. So the way he does it this round, I think is impressive because he starts off strip, he's burning drones around strip area / lounge, but as we see in the outline there, he's actually rotating up the main stairs towards either just super early main stairs pressure or bedroom, and from there he can call if they're making any other pushes that isn't the garage push. His utility is also down, so he's not just a solo player who they let do whatever and use utility for whatever. He's got some good utility that's helping him. He's been hurt, so he took an engagement with Virtue in the early round. That damage trade is super important when you look at that HP, but he's also about to get an early pick onto Uno again, who was repelling to watch the window, so Joe gets a kill either way. So that's a win for Joe. And that's another example, I think, of the Joe effect, where he keeps that constant pressure. Virtue engaging him early in the round, which I'm guessing was either a spawn peek or him just trying to get an early pick. Virtue's low on that engagement, which makes him like unlikely to win fights later in the round. And then eventually still kills Uno, who tried to approach that main stairs fight, the front door fight, from a different angle. Still loses that fight, which is like, wow. So I think the next and probably last example I want to give in this video of the Joe effect is just watching how Joe and like they use Joe here to just be aggressive and that duo play. So Joe off the rip is peeking towards the hole on the warehouse where Uno was. He's retaking this fight and he's committing to this. They drone that of course, so he's aware, but now he's pressuring that warehouse spawn from another angle. So he's gonna take that from garage door and just go for a quick run out on that. But Uno was ready for that this time, and like props to Uno for winning that. That's huge. But like think about all the pressure points that Uno was worried about here, and how you just like how Uno isolates the fight he could possibly take here. The repel point Uno repels is not like right by the door. It's not even close to secret window. He takes like a 1-on-1 and he puts himself in a place where he either gets run out cash or garage. He doesn't put himself in a place where he has to fight 3 angles. I think that's how Uno starts to win these fights versus Joe. At some point in the next defense, Joe will peek the main stairs and win a fight versus Virtue, I believe. But like I think it all just falls down here, guys, to like the effect like Joe has on Navi might seem very ranky and just like just the aggressive ranked pressure, but I think it's not as like clear cut as it seems, and there's like variety to his pathing as an aggressive defender. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and sub. I'm gonna be watching a couple more VODs and seeing if I can just point out quick little highlights like this. That's not like super 50-minute VOD review. I really enjoyed finding this out and like breaking this down for you guys and just showing you ways in which I think Joe, like, isolates attackers and just like in ways in which like he has variety of pathing when being aggressive. Yeah, I love to see you guys in another video, and see you guys later.